So in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Jeff Spicoli said, surfing's not a way of life. Sorry, surfing's not a sport, it's a way of life. Now I love that quote for two reasons. One, it helped me connect with the audience because I can tell which one of you, or who of you are the same age as me. And second, I just love that movie. Now, I bought the VHS tape, yes, it wasn't a DVD, it's a VHS tape. I even had record albums at that time. And at that time we also said that surfing was basically using a board and riding a wave into shore. Now you get someone to tell you that they've been surfing for 4 hours, chances are they're probably totally dry, sitting in their living room with a laptop in front of them. To further advance it, we now have something new. Mobile surfing. So picture you're out there on the North Shore, and all these good-looking guys and girls grab their cell phones, they run out on the wave, jump on their phone, and ride into shore. No, okay. How many of you have smartphones? Good. Most of you up with the times? How many of you have used that smartphone one time or another to browse a website?
One time or another.
Okay. I was using my phone trying to find a restaurant. I found Peepo's and ended up with something like this. Some sort of micro version of the site sitting on my phone. Well, I learned a long time ago that you can kind of move your fingers, you know, and pinch and zoom and slide around, so not a problem. But then I ended up with that. And that. And this. I mean, am I still on a website or did my phone throw up? Now, this is a site on a desktop monitor, so you can see it's a fairly elaborate site. One of the key differences, of course, between viewing this site on a phone versus my desktop monitor is the fact that the size of the screen is considerably different. I've got a 32-inch, or we're looking at probably a 60-inch monitor here, instead of a 2x3 monitor on your phone. There's another big difference, though, between desktop viewers and mobile viewers is context. So consider this. In the morning, I get in front of my laptop, and I'm sitting looking for a restaurant. I'd love to see these delicious pictures in front of me. I'd love to see little flash players going by, menus that I can download, all sorts of cool stuff. And maybe I'll print the menu and bring with me later on that day and, you know, go to lunch with my friends. But what if I'm like my kids? Everything's last minute. So I'm basically like 5 minutes away from starving when I realize I need to eat. So I pick up my phone, I've got to hunt for something and figure out, you know, where am I going to go eat? So if I do that, I want to know three things. I don't care about all those cool pictures and menus and that sort of thing. I want to know, one, is the place open? Two, is there a wait? Because I'm hungry. And three, how do I get there? If Peepo's had a mobile website, it looks something like this. So my first question, is it open? Well, it's 12:30 on a Thursday. Yeah, I can see their hours right there in front of me. It's open. Next question, is there a wait? I can call them. Well, do I have to hunt their number? No. I click the button that says call us. Hello, Peepo's? Yeah. Is there a wait? Great, no wait, thank you. There's no wait. So far, so good. Last thing, I need to figure out how to get there. I didn't ask them for directions, not a problem. I can click the Map Find Us button, and guess what? Loads the address in my GPS. I just do a few buttons for the navigator, and I'm on my way. So you ask it, how does this cool stuff work? How does the site know that I'm going to send the Call Us button and the Find Us button when they're on a mobile phone, but I can put all those cool, luscious pictures when you're on a desktop site? Basically what happens is, regardless of the device, the request is going to go to the host, the desktop host. Now there's a piece of code that runs on there, known as JavaScript, and it'll interpret where this request is coming from. So if it's coming from a mobile phone or a desktop site, it determines that. Now if it is a desktop site, what will happen is it'll basically serve the pages up from the host back to the desktop user, putting all the normal cool pictures. If it turns out that it's actually interpreting it as a mobile phone, it actually sends it to the name server, which routes it to then another host, which actually hosts that mobile site, and then serves those pages up to the user. Now, you might ask, what type of business really would, should have a mobile website? Well, first, the simple answer is any business. But really, if you think about it, restaurants, brick and mortar places that you visit, you need to call, you need to map to, those are the ones that really benefit. How about other businesses like a locksmith or a taxi service? These are businesses you're most likely to call with your mobile phone. If you're locked out of your car, you're going to use your mobile phone trying to find a locksmith. So they would also benefit. So how do we find these local businesses? Well, one way, of course, I pick up my phone and I use Google Maps. I type in restaurants. It does a location search based on my location. Another possibility is Siri, if you're Apple users. I'm an Android guy, so one thing about Siri is kind of interesting. Every time you ask for something, it always finds 15 places that seem to satisfy your request. I don't know if you found that, but my wife's phone always does that, which is really weird. There's also a third way that you can possibly find a website. A maze. A QR code or a 2D barcode, okay? And basically what happens is that has encoded in it the URL. So each one of these is somewhat different, even just by a small bit. When you scan that with an app, a free app on your phone, it will take you to a website. Now, I don't know if you've seen this before too, where you've got the restaurant sitting out there and they've got their brochure trying to show you how great and what the times they are, and you take your phone and scan it, and you end up with that little microsite that I just showed you earlier. Well, they need to get with the times too. So basically, I'm challenging you. You're now experts to know the difference between what a mobile site should look like on your phone and what a desktop site look like on your phone. So the next time you come across one of those little sites, you need to do it, my friend says, just because, gnarly, dude! And demand that the businesses get with the times and get a mobile website. Thank you.